Good morning, traders. Welcome to the market opening preview, January 15, 2015. Traders, great to be with you on a Thursday trading session. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Traders, I'm coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand, where it is cold outside, but bright blue sunny skies and white sandy beaches, and everybody's wearing jackets. Yep, it's not the tropics at the moment. All right, traders. Got a lot to talk about. Some interesting charts happened yesterday. We'll take a look at that. And let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 and 2008. I retired from a great career in the Public Safety Department out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, traders, it's 2015, and guess what? I'm still here. Traders, I do trade the markets every single trading day. Doesn't mean I necessarily get to trade every day, but I'm in the markets, I'm listening to fundamentals, I'm watching charts, and I'm waiting for that opportunity to make some profits. All right, traders, let's get the risk disclaimer out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most of all, traders do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, traders, let's get over here to the news. And if I could get this here to work. There we go. All right, so indices, Dow 30, negative 0.06%. S&P 500, negative 0.058%. NASDAQ was in the red, 0.48%. The Russell 200 was in the red at 0.30%. Not looking too good on that side of the world, huh? And let's go over to the London area, and I'll tell you, the European doesn't look any better. The DAX closed at 1.25% in the red. The FTSE 100 was negative 2.35%. And the CAC 40 was negative 5.6%. With the Euro Stoxx 50 at negative 1.38%. Yeah, not looking so hot on that side. Let's come on over to Asia and see what's going on my side of the world. The Nikkei 225 is up 1.16%. And the S&P ASX 200 from Sydney is negative 0.63%, with the Shanghai negative at 0.23%, and the Hang Seng currently trading at positive 0.07%, just a little bit in the green there. And the Kospi is in the red at negative 0.18%. All right, let's get over to the calendar. Let's see what we got going on. We had some Aussie news this morning. Unemployment change, the number came out good and moved most of our Aussie pairs between 60 and 70 pips. And I'll show you the charts, and you'll be able to pick that out right away. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Let's bring this up here. This is already out. Let's see if we got anything that is of any interesting for our London session. Today's the only news that I see is we have PPI month-on-month out of the United States. In the U.S. session, I see no high-impact news. Also, the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index comes out today. In the New York session, another high-impact data release. So it looks like New York's going to rule the news today. There is absolutely nothing in the London session as far as data today. All right, that gives you a little bit of the numbers. Yesterday's trading was a little bit hard. I did not get an entry. There were some challenging charts. Entries, for the past week have been kind of difficult. There's 2 or 3 charts that you'll see where entries are really nice and easy, like the Euro Aussie traded very nice stair-step move, nice little pullbacks, and just continued down. I'll take a look at that, and a very nice trading opportunity for today as well. So not too much data coming out. Basically, New York's going to be very busy, and I hope to be in the New York session today. Well, I will be, actually. I'm doing a webinar during the New York session, so I will be in the New York session, hopefully looking for opportunities to make some profits. All right, traders, let's go over to the 60-minute Forex charts to review. And we'll start with the Aussie dollar. These big blue candles here, that's this data that just came out. Is that it? That doesn't sound right to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, that must have been New York data. That was yesterday's New York data in New York session. But today's trading trade plan is real easy. We're just going to short at previous resistance. We want to take this down to 1.1738, take profit. Our stop's pretty tight. We don't want to give this a lot of room. It's either going to do it or it's not. So the Aussie is still bearish, and we'll continue to take this to the downside. If you take a look at all the highs there, you'll see they're all the higher, and then we get all lower highs. So it is definitely in a downtrend. Let's take a look at the pound. The pound also is bearish on the daily chart. In fact, it's really bearish on the daily chart. And I really don't want to buy this into a double top. We got a double top up there. So I'm not really interested in taking this trade to the upside. I'd really like to see this break this trend line, and I would be more than happy to take it down once it closes below the 200 exponential moving average at about 1.5195. And we'll take profit at 51.25. Nice 40 pip trade. So keep an eye on the pound, and we'll look for that at the London Open. Remember, the pound does not like to give pullbacks. So, you know, this might take out this highs, and we might have to work from that. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it at London Open. And here's our Aussie, and you can see this is from the Aussie news that came out today, unemployment change, which was a good number, and this moved like 70 pips. And it is continuing to rise, my friends. We want to short this pair is short, and it's bearish. So we'll see if this settles down. This might cause a change of trend here. If you take a look, this is outside the Bollinger Band, so we know this is at least coming back to the Bollinger Band, and it looks like the Bollinger Band ends right after the new candle, a little bit into the new candle. So this is still on the move. So we'll just keep an eye on that. But I'm bearish. I want to take this to the downside. I'd like to see it come back down to the 618 or the 50%, somewhere in the middle there, and that's at 0.8168. And we could take it all the way down to 80.77. That'd be a wonderful trade if it worked out. All right, let's take a look at the Euro Aussie. Really nice trade. Yesterday did exactly what we expected it to do. It jumped up there, the 200 exponential moving average bounced off, and then what does it do? Just comes on down, goes sideways, join the inactive zone. Data comes out for the Aussie, and there are the two candles post the Aussie news, about 70 pips there, and away she went. So we're just going to see if this is going to resume these trends, or are we going to have to readjust? I think with the Aussie, it's just going to. I think with this pair being the Aussie strong, that this will continue to the downside, and you know, either wait for it to come back to the trend line or just fib this. But I didn't have a candle to the right, and I didn't have two candles to the right, and I didn't have two candles to the left. However, I'm doing this almost 6 hours before the London Open, so therefore we'll have plenty of candles where we can take a look at and see what's happened once London opens, and we can go in for this. All right, let's take a peek what's going on with our Euro Yen. Euro Yen's coming up to the sweet spot. I just hope it holds for another 4 or 5 hours, and we get a bearish candlestick formation at 138.63. Our stop is at 139.88. All I did was go back up to resistance, folks, and that's where I put the stop. I didn't want to stop all the way up at the 200, and I really didn't want to stop all the way up at the top of the fib at 140.50. That's way too far away, so we'll just keep it where it's at, and let's see what happens. So yeah, it's at the sweet spot. It's hovering on that top Bollinger Band, as you can see. The only thing I don't like is that Bollinger Band looks like it's starting to curl, and I don't want to see that. So we'll keep an eye on this for the London Open. I won't do anything until the London Open with any of these pairs. Just doesn't seem like the right thing to do. However, traders, beat your charts if you have the opportunity to, depending on where you live, to be in front of your charts like 2 hours before the London Open. It looks like these moves in London are starting much earlier than the actual Open. Very interesting observation I made in the past week. So try to get in front of your charts a little bit early. All right, this is New Zealand. New Zealand, again, this was, I didn't have two candles to the right, two candles to the left, so I couldn't really do a fib here. This is a great trend line, though. This is a 4-touch trend line, and we just want this to break below that at 0.7708. We'll take it down to 0.7668, and our stop basically is at 0.7740. Again, I just went to previous resistance, and that's where we're going. So we want to basically take this baby and close below this trend line. I don't think you necessarily need to retest with this New Zealand. Once it gets in its mode, it works really great. It's getting it to go into its mode. Like if you take a look at this chart spatially, this is the most ugliest thing you've ever seen. Look at these candles. They're all over the place. You got indecision candles all over the place. I mean, it's a very, very ugly chart. It's definitely not a nice trending chart. Actually, it's sideways, to be honest with you. If you take a look at it spatially, you can make a channel out of here. But we want it to be bearish, so the trade setup for today is for it to be bearish. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I'd like to thank you for joining me on this Thursday before the London Open. Traders, have a great trading day. Grab those pips, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, till tomorrow before the London Open. We'll see you then. Take care now. Bye-bye.